Alrighty guys, we're back for Pain and Gain, and this is a Lost Caverns of Ixalan Standard Brew, and I'm Red Cat. Let's go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked rockin' Braids, Arisen Nightmare in this one. 3 mana 3/3 at the beginning of your end step. You may sacrifice an artifact, creature, enchantment, land, or planeswalker. If you do, each opponent may sacrifice a permanent that shares a card type with it. For each opponent who doesn't, that player loses 2 life and you draw a card. Pretty good card, man, but it does require like a build around, so that's exactly what we got here. And it's called Pain and Gain for a reason, as we're causing pain and hopefully gaining some life. So we have cards in here like Okiba, Reckoner Raid. First 2 chapters of this saga, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life, then it eventually flips into Road Captain, 2/2 Menace, not half bad. No vehicles in here, so don't worry about that bottom ability. We do have great cards to pair with that Braids, like Spiteful Hexmage, of course, 1 mana 3/2. When it ETBs, you create a cursed role token attached to target creature you control. You could just slap this onto itself, so it's a 1 mana 1/1, but at least it comes in with that aura that you can eventually sacrifice to something else, or you just plug that onto like another creature that you're not too worried about either. Or like, for example, Spiteful Hexmage into a second Spiteful Hexmage, you just put the same cursed role onto the same Hexmage. That way you at least have a 1 mana 3/2, which is actually quite valuable, huh? Might as well finish going over the rest of the 1-drops. We have a couple Hopeless Nightmares in here. 1 mana enchantment, and when it ETBs, each opponent discards a card and they lose 2 life as well, causing that pain. But where's the gain, man? So when Hopeless Nightmare is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, you scry 2, and then for 2 and a black, you can actually just sacrifice it and then get that scry 2. I don't know how often you're going to want to actually just use that 3 mana unless you're already like on the line of losing anyways, you know what I mean? And so you're using that scry 2 to find the winning card. Outside of that, you're hoping to just sacrifice this to the Braids or something. Also rocking a Deadweight in here just for an extra enchantment, because it is very much an enchantment build as well. 1 mana aura, enchant creature, enchanted creature gets -2/2. Not bad. I have a couple Clawing Torments. This is a 1 mana aura, enchant artifact or creature. As long as enchanted permanent is a creature, it gets -1/-1 and can't block. That could be really good because I do think we're going to know how to plug damage through. Now, enchanted permanent has, at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life. So that's actually really cool, man. So whatever you attach this to is a big old pain in the butt for the opponent, as every single turn they're losing 1 life from that torment's permanent that it's attached to. But did I say that right? That was weird. We also have all 4 Deep-Cavern Bats making the cut once again this week. Hopefully it actually does more than what it did the last time. So this is a 2 mana 1/1 flying lifelink. When it ETBs, look at target opponent's hand. You may exile a non-land card from it until Deep-Cavern Bat leaves the battlefield. Yeah, dude, we're seeing this a lot, and it seems to be doing a lot more for the opponents than it's doing for me. So hopefully today we actually get to do something insane with Deep-Cavern Bat. We also have a 1 of Go for the Throat. Honestly, bro, are you going to be upset if you go up some Go for the Throats? No, you're not actually. I think you could totally get away with dropping something else and going up a couple Go for the Throats. But I'm Red Cat, darn it. So we have 3 Lord Skitters here. This is a Lord Skitter's Blessing, my apologies. It's a 2 mana enchantment, and when it ETBs, you create a Wicked Roll token attached to target creature you control. At the beginning of your draw step, if you control an enchanted creature, you lose 1 life and you draw an additional card. Now, of course, as far as rolls go, if a creature has more than 1 roll controlled by the same player attached to it, all but the most recent one is put into the graveyard. So actually going turn 1 Spiteful Hexmage into a turn 2 Lord Skitter's Blessing, drop that Wicked Roll onto the Hexmage, gets rid of the curse on the Hexmage, and now it's a Wicked Hexmage, which is actually just kind of wild. A really good line of play, huh? And we also have Witch's Vanity in here as a 3 of, opting for like removal outside of the Go for the Throat, but it doesn't hit everything, unfortunately. So, you know, we might still have a rough time once that opponent's Sheoldred hits the table. So, 2 mana, Saga. For the first chapter, destroy target creature and opponent controls with mana value 2 or less. We're really looking at everything in the mono red list that isn't Godric, right? So that could actually be really good. Taking out a Monastery Swiftspear is not something that the opponent takes lightly, man, because that Swift Spear does a whole bunch of extra damage throughout that whole game. So taking it out right away on your turn 2 is pretty decent. Then you can create a food token, and that food token goes a long way because life gain. And then chapter 3, create a wicked roll token attached to target creature you control. And of course, all of these rolls are enchantments as well, so you can always sacrifice those to the Braids too, so that's all going to be good. When you do sacrifice them to the Braids, then the wicked roll has the opponent lose 1 life, so there's even more pain and gain, huh? More 3-drops. We got a Toad Rider. Making the cut as a 1-of, 3 mana, 3/3 legendary creature. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, if you don't control a creature named Kami, you create Kami. You know what? I think I'm pronouncing that right. A legendary 3/3 black and green frog creature token with whenever you cast an enchantment spell, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. That's actually pretty good, man. Then the bottom ability here, we're not even looking at because we don't have any ways to actually spend green or blue. Maybe we should have splashed it in the list at the very least. That's not really why it's in here. So we're not looking at Toad Rider for the evasion on the bottom of the card. You know what? That's a lie. Technically, we do have Mirrex over here. So there is a small chance, but I'm still not going to go over it. We have Conceited Witch in here as a 2-of as well. So 3 mana, 2/3 with Menace might be a janky pick. I really like that this is common though, and I really like the price of beauty. It's a sorcery speed adventure. Create a wicked roll token attached to target creature you control. Honestly, dude, just like the value that this card brings. And the last few times I played with Conceited Witch, it's actually pretty good, man. We got an insane top end here with a couple Bloodletter of Aclazotz. So making the cut again with that Deep-Cavern Bat. Hopefully we'll actually get to see this today. And actually, we have a Beseech the Mirror in here to kind of act as a 3rd Bloodletter and to act as a 3rd Sheoldred too. Yep, of course. Sheoldred had to make the cut. It is pain and gain after all. So Beseech the Mirror has that bargain. And bargain is you may sacrifice an artifact, enchantment, or token as you cast a spell. So a perfect way to go ahead and sacrifice a curse, for example. Now, search your library for a card, exile it face down, then shuffle. If the spell was bargained, you may cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost. If that spell's mana value is 4 or less, of course, which is everything in the build, put the exiled card into your hand if it wasn't cast this way. So if you don't bargain it, it goes into your hand. If you bargain it, which should be pretty easy in this build, you go ahead and slam it onto the board. So grab whatever you need to win that turn, essentially is what Beseech the Mirror is. That's also acting as a second go for the throat. So yeah, hopefully we'll be fine overall as far as removal goes. So already went over the Mirrex. We do have 25 total land in here. I do think all 25 are going to come in handy. One of them's an Abandoned Mire. And check this out, rocking a Hidden Necropolis in here too. Enters tapped, unfortunately. I don't think it's going to slow us down too much. And I do think there are going to be plenty of moments where you flood out a little bit anyways. Then you pay a black mana, tap this, sack it, discover 4. And there's a lot of great things to discover here. Literally anything on the top end would be terrific. The last time I played Mono Black, I actually had a Hidden Necropolis in there too. At least I'm pretty sure it was the last time. Either way, there's just some decks that just don't mind a card coming in tapped every now and then just use it as utility in that mid to late game. Okay, a whole bunch of honorable mentions. Thought about Not Dead After All. Thought about Fungal Fortitude from the new set. Thought about Life of Toshiro. Yep, Curse of Leeches. Feels weird not playing Curse of Leeches this time in my Pain and Gain build. Graveyard Trespasser is pretty darn good, dude. Gumdrop Poisoner almost made the cut. Phyrexian Arena, but we have the Lord Skitter's Blessing. I think Lord Skitter's Blessing is going to be a little bit better in this one. Archfiend of Dross almost made the cut as a 1-of. It's like another creature to grab off of the Beseech the Mirror. That could also potentially help you wrap up a game too. And then Phyrexian Fleshgorger also almost made the cut. Okay, guys. Hopefully that's everything. Let's go ahead, take it into some ranked, and see how we do. Okay, we'll see if we can get right into that first game. In the meantime, what am I expecting from the build? A little bit, bro. Pretty much all the videos that I recorded this week I've been expecting a little bit from these lists. Like, I haven't really been expecting any of them to be particularly janky. So, like, I actually think it's going to be pretty good. But, you know, I could very well be wrong, too. Like, we definitely have some janky picks in the build, like Clawing Torment, for example. But when it comes in handy, it really comes in handy, too. So, 25 land total. I think this is totally fine to keep. Hello, opponent. Okay, Deep-Cavern Bat, what you hitting? What you hitting, buddy? Go for the throat? Deep-Cavern Bat? Crap. Okay, I guess it's go for the throat, right? Well, you know what? At least they don't have removal for it right away. What are they hitting, though? Lord Skitter's Blessing. Well, Clawing Torment is -1/-1, isn't it? So that's probably the pick instead. And then they probably gladly accept the trade into Deep-Cavern Bat, so we probably just keep that back. Oh no, no third mana. Well, now that Lord Skitter's Blessing is still available, though, we do get that Wicked Roll, so it's a good swing, actually. It's no longer a trade. So 22 upon us down to 18. Yeah, I'd say that Clawing Torment was a great pick for them. Raffine, buff that Deep-Cavern Bat. Raffine also blocks really well here too. We're definitely going to need to see that third off the top. Lord Skitter's Blessing. There's our third. There we go. Okay. How do we want to do this, man? Is it Toad Rider? Prepare. Prepare to get a Toad? Or do we just go Braids, get rid of that Wicked Roll, and draw more? I think I'm going to go... Wow, they take it. They don't want to risk anything here. I think I'm going to go Braids. No, because then we don't get the draw on the... Okay, Toad Rider. I think that's totally fine. Because we play second Lord Skitter's Blessing, and Toad Rider becomes a 4/4, and we get that extra Toad, and then any enchantment that we play after the fact. Also, land off the top will probably mean Sheoldred. But Beseech the Mirror isn't bad either. Yeah, they get a bit of life gain here. I think we're in trouble, guys. I do. But, like, we also, now that we got our third, like, we have some pretty good lines. Okiba. More land. Okay, maybe. Let's start with Okiba. We get the Toad, right? We can start draining with the Lord Skitter's Blessing. So Sheoldred's open. Everything's open for the opponent. They have one card here. It could be a Wandering Emperor easily. Or another form of removal like Seat of the Empire, for example. Maybe it's Braids for the turn now. Maybe we get that Wicked Roll down. Maybe we hold everything back. Nah, let's do this, man. Let's go Lord Skitter's Blessing. Drain him with our Kami. One day I'll pronounce it right. Toad Rider. That's a 4/4. Swing for 6. Let's see that second Seat of the Empire. They only got one card that we don't know about. Maybe they flash Malcolm and accept that trade? Oh, they accept that trade because they get Go for the Throat back. I wasn't thinking about that, guys. Yeah, that's really good for them, isn't it? But then at least... Oh, it was a Fateful Absence. Wicked Roll dealing that one. They accept that trade, get the Go for the Throat back. Go for the Throat hits our Toad. And now we don't draw on the Lord Skitter's Blessing. Oh, that was actually a really bad... Well, actually... There was no guarantee that that was going to be removal, right? The one card that we didn't know about happened to be the Fateful Absence. So it kind of felt like a worst case scenario there. Down to 14, they're back up to 19 because their Deep-Cavern Bat is rough. Luminous Phantom. What do you guys think? Beseech the Mirror? Grab some removal, maybe? I don't like this. Now whatever we remove too, they're gaining some. Maybe that Sheoldred should have come down sooner. Maybe the Braids should have come down sooner. 15, they got a bunch of stuff swinging in the air. It doesn't feel like Beseech the Mirror should be the play this turn, but maybe, because then we'll at least have... And I'll get rid of one of the Lord Skitter's blessings, because once we do get an enchanted creature on the board, I'd rather keep the draw for the clue for now. Bloodletter could be cool. We don't have terrific blocks coming up here, seeing. Deep-Cavern Bat isn't too bad. Which is Vanity? You know what? Let's do it. Which is Vanity? That hits the Deep-Cavern Bat. And since it's an enchantment, we do a little bit of the drain too. They gain 2 from the Luminous Phantoms, and we get the Clawing Torment back. And then Clawing Torment can take a blocker out of the equation, or we just like hit one of the Phantoms. Start draining them. We can't target the Raffine. Okay. I'll hit one of the Phantoms. It's less life gain when it comes time to remove more of their creatures too. And I suppose we go for the swing since we can't block them. I guess we didn't want to start with the swing because we didn't exactly know what the opponent's board was about to look like. Deep-Cavern Bat. Okay. Either of these would be pretty good for them to hit. They hit the Braids, less card draw for us. We could roll, get a food. Yeah, I'll tell you what, against Esper, we're putting up one heck of a fight. And they gained a bunch of life this game too. Okiba about to flip. Land off the top wouldn't even be that bad. If it's an untapped land, then we have Clue after Sheoldred play for more life gain. Yeah, not too bad. Food token. Okay. This says whenever you cast an enchantment, not whenever it ETBs or anything. So Sheoldred, totally fine. Man, they got a lot of flyers. Oh, go for the throat. Actually, yeah, Raffine lets the Plaza. Crap. Well, I still go for the draw this turn, right? We could try to keep it open, but either way, go for the throat. Yeah, I guess keeping it open would have been better there, right? Because maybe we'll need the life gain on the food. Their Sheoldred comes down. They need to get 10 damage here to wrap up the game, which I suppose they could get with good discards on the Raffine. They do have 5, 6, 7. Oh, okay. Whole bunch of life gain from Sheoldred, as Esper Legends does. You know what, man? This was a good game. This was a fun time. I think we did great overall. There we go. On the Menace, so that's slipping through. Bloodletter. Oh, I should have started with Deep-Cavern Bat, actually. Because if they found removal... Good, that blocks... Oh, it was removal, too, but they couldn't play it. Wow. They can swing in, get 6 through. They have a blocker there on the ground. Either way, the Flyers wrap this up for them. Oh, man. That early Fateful Absence was terrific for them overall, huh? They go onto the Phantom. Bloodletter. Everything felt pretty good, actually. I'm pretty satisfied. Like, it's a brutal match, don't get me wrong. Like, Esper's really doing a thing, and a lot more things than us right now. But, like, overall, yeah. Felt good, and it felt like it played out really well, too. GG. Oh, man. Yeah, off the draw with the Urtai is actually how it ended up wrapping up the game for the final damage there. That was good stuff. Guys, all week I've been bringing this up, but I brought the deck tracker back. You guys will have to let me know. Do you like it? Do you not like it? This is the exact name is the MTGA Assistant over on Aether Hub, where I post my deck list. And I didn't have it for, like, I want to say well over a year. I didn't have the deck tracker. Just didn't think it was 100% necessary, but I don't know. Recently I was like, you know what? I want to get the deck tracker back, see how it goes. Okay, opponent goes first. I think this is a good hand. A forest, huh? A mountain, huh? Oh my. That's probably going to be a problem. Should I take it out with Witch's Vanity? Or do we go... I guess Deep-Cavern Bat was an option too. Try to slow them down. But taking out the ramp while we can is pretty good. Yeah, dude, Witch's Vanity hits a lot. They go Paleontologist, okay. So... Braids isn't bad. We can get the ball rolling with the food. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's try to stay on curve here. They lose 2. We do see a land. Bloodletter isn't bad. We're going to have... Oh, yeah, we're going to have a problem in no time, dude. Fight rigging dinos is pretty scary, and it can really do a thing. It can really pop off. I'll gladly accept this trade. The opponent does not accept this trade. We could roll. So if we go Bloodletter, what do you guys think? Do you think they're going to find removal? A Bloodletter swing would be pretty wild. Let's do it. We know that fight rigging dinos can absolutely pop off, but I'll tell you what, this is a lot of damage. Oh, buddy. And I'm doing this too. We could roll. That's so much damage. That's another 4. Wicked roll. Another 2. Down to 4. What a turn 4, dude. Holy cow. Okay, so if we go... So, Hopeless Nightmare. So, first of all, they need to remove this Bloodletter. GG. GG, buddy. Wow. Wow. Yeah, no, they needed to remove that. And if they didn't... If they did remove Bloodletter, and they didn't remove Braids, then we did have the Hopeless Nightmare, Sacrifice Nightmare to the Braids, and that would have been lethal if they didn't have the fight rigging to sacrifice. But that would be a great way for them to go ahead and, or for us to go ahead and get rid of the fight rigging too. So that was sick, dude. Holy cow, was that a huge chunk of damage? That's exactly what you want to see from the Bloodletter too. Like, that was good. That was good stuff. Oh, man. This is the 4th video that I'm recording today, so I do apologize if I'm losing my voice a little bit. I can feel it. I can feel it slowly slipping away from me. All right, opponent, what you bringing to the table, buddy? Ooh, I like the 1-drops. Oh, heck yeah, dude. This is a good hand. Hopefully we'll go first at some point, too. I don't think we went first yet, right? Or did we? Did we? Actually, just don't know. Oh, more Gruul. Questing Druid, huh? Oh, okay. Well, they lose both of those. I'm surprised they did that. Yeah, that doesn't last until next turn. That's the price of having it at instant speed. And maybe I'm missing something? I don't think so. Well, maybe they wanted it over here? I have no idea. I don't know what that was about. So they play the Questing Druid as a normal Questing Druid then. Hopeless Nightmare. More land, not bad. Not bad. I suppose Witch's Vanity is going to do it for the turn. And for 4. And then Hexmage is set up for like the whole Conceited Witch stuff next turn, right? Yeah, we have a wild hand. Land off the top, we're dumping everything. Ruby. Voldaren Thrillseeker. Okay. We get a food. Get some draw. There's our land. We token. So I guess first things first, Price of Beauty onto the Hexmage, right? See if they trade into either of these. And then we, okay, they do trade down to 8. I think we just dump the Okiba Reckoner raids on the board, right? Because Hopeless Nightmare is also going to do 1, and then these are doing 3 next turn. Well, Nightmare does 2, actually. Witch's Beauty gets a Wicked Roll, so, like, that's another one from the first Wicked Roll, too. Yeah, that's a lot. That's actually, we don't have to do anything. If they don't kill this Hexmage this turn, I guess they have to kill it, but then it's still 3 damage from the Reckoner raid. I don't know what I'm thinking there. I was thinking, yeah, the other Wicked Roll has to land. GG opponent. Wow. Bro, we're plugging damage through for real. I'm not 100% certain what the opponent did with... I think that was a misplay on accident, right? The Seek the Beast. Until your next end step, so if you do activate it on your turn, it's not like the fellow sorcerer... sorcery cards that does a similar thing. So using it at instant speed on your opponent's turn will keep them around for your turn then, so you can actually like play the lands or whatever. Yeah, I'm not sure what that was. I think it was a misplay. Happens to the best of us. When that card first came out, honestly, I feel like I did the exact same thing. I'm not 100% certain, but it feels like something I would do, because like usually I have to see the cards actually playing out, and then I'm like, oh, that's how that works. Like I can read a card 20 times until I play with it, then I actually see it. Okay, I'll give it a shot. Without anything to plug that Lord Skitter's Blessing in, I might hold it back, but we have a lot of creatures in here. Some great 1-drops, some great 2-drops drawn too, so I think this is totally fine. All right, I'll go ahead and pause until the opponent shows up. Okay, the opponent has arrived. Looks like they took the mulligan, unfortunately. Down to 5. But at least they were on the draw, so they did get their 6th card. I'm going to hold the Lord Skitter's Blessing back. Hidden Necropolis is totally fine for the turn. We'd rather have something to actually plug the Wicked Roll into, you know? Okay, found their 2nd, and it looks like it's just going to be a Braids turn. We're not even going to activate the Braids ability. This could be any amount of removal. Go for the throat, a braid, anything like that, dude. It's going to be a go for the throat. Luckily, that means it's a go for the throat that's not hitting the Bloodletter, so we might have a pretty good swing on the Road Captain's Menace here. Keeping the 3 open, we do have to anticipate more removal, unfortunately. I'd rather them kill the Bloodletter over the Sheoldred. So we're going to get the Bloodletter down this turn, see if we can get more removal out of the opponent's hand, and then just let Sheoldred do the thing that Sheoldred does, and just like sit there and annoy the crap out of the opponent. You know what I mean? Wow, we got the hit, guys. Wow, nothing from the opponent there. Hey, Sheoldred. What's up, buddy? Okay. Road Captain's Menace is pretty darn good, dude. So, what? Lord Skitter's Blessing. And we don't want to put it on Bloodletter because it already has a huge target on its back. This is good damage. 10 damage total. Down to 4. Let's get the Braids down. Activate the Braids. Wild time, dude. What on earth? Dude, when we plug damage, we really plug damage. Oh my goodness, that was something else, man. What a wild time. Like, Braids off the top was so good. Okay, well, I mean, we're only 29 minutes in. We definitely have time for 1 or 2 more, so let's keep the ball rolling. feels great so far. It kind of feels like if we had bad luck through this week with these other deck lists, then it's coming back around. And now we're having a little bit of good luck, right? Like, things are lining up really nicely so far. Okay, we go first. This is great. This is a really good one to go first with, man. I think we start with the Reckoner raid to get that flipped as soon as possible. Hello, opponent. Hold back on the Hexmages for now. Okay. Deep-Cavern Bat is a great one to plug the Cursed Rolls into when it comes time, since it's already just a 1/1. Otherworldly Gaze. Okay. What are we going to hit out of the opponent's hand, I wonder? Going for that Surveil. Ooh, they hit another Otherworldly Gaze. Ooh. It's one of these builds. These are scary, dude, honestly. I think it's Likeness Looter because of the flying. Right? Deep-Cavern Bat continues to fly in the air. That's a tough decision. Like, Squirming Emergence seems like something we would want to hit as well, but I don't know. Archaeologists, they go ahead and mill themselves here. 3. Ooh, good stuff. Likeness Looter in the grave now. Yep, they can easily Squirming Emergence one of those back, too. Deep-Cavern Bat, we should probably hit the Squirming Emergence. We got to be careful with the Souls of the Lost, too. Okay. Deep-Cavern Bat. We hit what we don't like in the opponent's hand. Probably the Emergence, I would say. Souls of the Lost could be a big problem, though. Could be. I don't think so, though. Not right now. I think it's Emergence. We don't want to give them all those options in the grave, you know what I mean? They don't mind the discard, but maybe we set up with Hexmage now. I don't know. Swing in the air. We know that much. Okay. Yeah. I'll play the Nightmare. The discard here, while they only have 3 cards in hand, is actually pretty good. They go down to 13, and we still got those flyers as well. They go ahead, get rid of the Souls of the Lost because they want to go ahead and pick that up with the Likeness Looter when it comes time. Yeah, giving them the discard might not have been the best, but at the same time, when they have limited amount of cards in hand already, maybe... No, I think Squirming Emergence made sense there. I like the picks that we've had with the Deep-Cavern Bat so far. They go for the mill for the turn. We got to go a little bit faster here. In other words, I think the opponent's going to be able to pop off. Okay, go for the throat. Menace, we are getting 4 through. All right, we'll start with the swing. They do have a forest open. We'll keep the go for the throat open for the turn just in case. Actually, do we just get the Hexmages down? I suppose so. And I'll plug a curse on each of the Deep-Cavern Bats because you never know, like a Braids or something. Make sure we have those extra curses. GG opponent. Wow, guys. Wow. Hey, 80% deck win rate so far. Not bad. And the games have felt pretty good too. But again, I think we're getting maybe just a little bit lucky here. 34 minutes in, 80% win rate. You know what? As much as I love to end on a high note, I think we still can. I totally think we can actually win again. Let's do this. And even if we don't, the rest of the games have been beautiful, so... And if it ends up going too long, we'll go ahead, give it to the opponent, no worries. Alright, opponent, what you bring it to the table, buddy? This is a good one. Yeah, we don't need the Hidden Necropolis Or we don't have to worry about the tapped because we have 2 untapped sources for the first couple turns. Turn 3, Necropolis can come down, and we don't have a 3-drop in hand anyways, so... We might draw into one, though. Opponent goes first. Still a good hand. I'm gonna go ahead, pause the recording until the opponent shows up. The opponent has arrived. All right, let's do this. Yeah, dude. The deck has felt great so far, so... Whatever direction this wants to go, totally fine. Start with Hexmage, so we have our turn 2 Lord Skitter's Blessing. No cut down, that's good news. Virtue of Persistence, okay. That's not too bad for us. Okiba Reckoner Raid. Sure. I'll play both of those. I was gonna say, do we just like play one and get the Necropolis down tapped now? But no, I think flipping these as soon as possible is what we want. More land off the top. Not great, but at least we'll have the untapped. Well, yeah, no, it's just not great, is it? Lord Skitter's Blessing means no wicked roll from the Blessing. It's just Necropolis for the turn and really awkwardly passing it back to the opponent. This is much more worthwhile if we actually had a creature to play it onto, guys. If we play it right now, it doesn't do anything. Like, literally does nothing. They go for the Field of Ruin. Thinning out the deck for us is actually pretty good here. I guess they were worried about the Necropolis? Or maybe they wanted mana fixing. Oh, crap. More land. Okay, now it's feeling like 25, huh? Now remember, these don't have haste. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure Bloodletter immediately dies. So I'm going to save it for a surprise. We're going to go Lord Skitter's Blessing. Why did that not feel like removal at all? Why did nothing stick there? Well, it's fine. Oh, crap. Brotherhood's End. Dude, that's rough. Okay. Well, the good news is, Hexmage at least has a curse, so we do get the draw on the Lord Skitter's Blessing. Second good news is, Bloodletter doesn't die to another Brotherhood's End. So, if it is a Brotherhood's End, then at least we'll still have Bloodletter. This is a perfect burn down the house opponent. How rude. Okay. Mirrex actually wasn't bad. I mean, we didn't want to see more land, but this is the perfect game to talk about why that Hidden Necropolis is in here, huh? Yeah, we would have had 6 that turn if they didn't take it out with the Field of Ruin. So we would have had that Discover 4, which honestly, maybe, well, after that first Brotherhood's End, I don't know, man. This is the Rakdos Control that we see floating about every now and then, which is a super scary deck. Oops, I clicked through the Mirrex. I'm sorry, guys. This is like me giving up too early. I forgot to activate the Mirrex, but yeah, no, we're like dead. Actually, -5. Oh no, we gained enough life. We are at 24, not at 20. I was gonna say -5, that would be 20, but they also don't know what's in hand too, so I don't think we come back, even if we had that Mirrex from the turn prior. They could get rid of a land. Sure, I'll get rid of a land. We don't need one of those. Deep-Cavern Bat, actually. Huh. Wow, Chandra Hope's Beacon just chilling. So yeah, they could go minus and then play the other Hope's Beacon. And if I had that second Mirrex token, we could have got that Chandra down to 4. They go for the plus on this anyways. Guys, we're kind of alive, right? They're not playing those Go for the Throats yet. Here it comes. Oh, they get to copy it too. Yeah, with the Chandra. Dude, these Rakdos Control builds actually look super good. And with the Brotherhood's End, I bet it's actually really effective at taking on certain aggro builds as well, right? I think so. I kind of wish I wouldn't have missed that Mirrex turn. I feel a little silly. I would have 3 mites right now. Ow, my face. Braids, not bad. The deck actually drew really well today, I'd say. Might as well swing at that Chandra. Now, if I had that extra one, how many poison would the opponent be up to at this point? They can pretty much sacrifice anything. We might as well sacrifice the one thing that they can't sacrifice. Yeah, overall, we had a pretty good setup. That burn down the house was actually just like 2 board wipes in a row. Going for that 2-for-1. Good game, opponent. Very good game. Great matches today. Rakdos control looking super scary. Also, I'd like to point out that the opponent did opt for... Let me see the battlefield. There we go. Proving Ground. Yeah, so the green source for the Atali, right? Instead of paying the 2s every now and then, you'll see the Proving Ground. But then also, sometimes you flood out. So cycling isn't half bad. Cycle into a go for the throw. All of a sudden, you're back in the game. I do like, even though it's a 2-color deck, I really like that Proving Ground in there, opponent. I don't know if that's like a normal thing that Rakdos control does, but I just thought I'd point that out. Okay, guys. Here's the deck list again. Really cool, really fun. Love the one of Toad Rider. Might actually still be a janky pick though, but I actually like it as a one of. I wouldn't take it down. Just note that sometimes it's janky, right? Braids was sick, like the 3 of, wouldn't go up to 4, especially since it's a legendary creature. Like the 2 of Conceited Witch, yep, wouldn't change that. Like the 2 Bloodletters, like the 2 Sheoldreds. Main reason I like 2 of each of these is because, of course, we can always grab it with our 1 of Beseech the Mirror, so it's kind of acting as the 3rd one of each of these. Witch's Vanity kind of did a thing today, didn't it? Felt pretty good. Deep-Cavern Bat actually did the thing it was supposed to do today too, which felt really good to finally see Deep-Cavern Bat do a thing for us instead of just for the opponents. The 1 go for the throat's going to be fine. Don't even got to talk about it, right? Lord Skitter's Blessing, as long as you have a creature when you play this, it's solid, man. A lot of extra card draw from this, and then since you're gaining some life from the rest of the build too, you're not too concerned about losing 1 life as long as you got something equipped, which shouldn't be too bad with all the ways to generate our aura rolls, right? Our onslaught of 1-drops seemed really good. Wouldn't go up any, wouldn't go down any nightmares. Clawing Torment is another one of those cards that's kind of sort of a janky pick, but would I drop them? If I do drop them, what am I dropping them for? I have no idea, dude. I think the 2 of is fine. I would have liked to see Deadweight do a thing today. Did it do a thing? No, I don't think we saw our 1 of Deadweight, unfortunately. Would it have done a thing? Yeah, I think we had some targets that Deadweight would have taken care of. And of course, it's just important that it's another enchantment for the build too. Another permanent removal that comes on the board, potentially could be a permanent, could be something that you sacrifice, probably not. But also acting as an enchantment too, right, for the Toad Rider. Yeah, I like the Deadweight. I wouldn't drop it. Maybe we actually want 2 of them. Depends what you're seeing. Reckoner Raid's a really good dude. Every time I play with Reckoner Raid, kind of an MVP, really knows how to plug that extra damage through, and the Menace goes that extra mile. Hexmage. Yes. In this list, in a dedicated build, Hexmage is excellent. I wouldn't go down any of these for sure. Kind of felt like the MVP today, honestly. A lot of MVPs. Mana base was fine. 25 felt fine. Do we want to go down to 24? Probably not. There's a lot of turns where you just want to dump multiple things onto the table. I wouldn't drop any land. Overall, guys, felt pretty good. I like it. Now, if you made it this far into the video, y'all are champions for real. Make sure you check out that description where we got that Patreon link as well as that Discord link. Outside of that, thank you guys again for being here, and I will see you in the next video.